So I just popped in at Stoyles on the Stoyles farm on the way back home, and there's these two nice Gleaners I'm just looking at. Can't really get close to them, but that's, I mean, I probably could get a little bit closer. There you go. Nice old thing. It's actually really tidy, this one. The only thing is the paint's fallen off the tank for some reason. But I suppose you could paint that up easy enough. I'm sure I can't really fit through there. Nice old combines. Yeah, I don't know really. It's just what people pay for them, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, I mean, like I say, Luke there's a guy in Scotland who's got one.
Yeah.
Trouble is, you know, you could get it for a reasonable price, and it's a nice combine, but it's going to cost me. It's just so much.
Go through them. And,
yeah, well, yeah, you do. Yeah, you always do. It's the transport cost, you see, because it's that far away. Yeah. The lorry driver would have to stop
overnight.
Probably overnight. Yeah, it's not a one way. See, he'd have to go up there and stop, and then come back again, and he might even have to stop again maybe if something happens.
Could be £1,000 plus.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of money. I mean, this wasn't cheap getting that one back the other week, like in the summer. But I say we had it performed really well. Much better than I was expecting. Yeah. So, like I say, it's been a really good combine. The thing we noticed actually, because it's got a bigger tank, you get a lot more done because you're not having to stop as regularly.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing with the squareback C, if you can get them running properly, is there's the extra tank capacity on them.
Yeah. You're allowed 2 tonne a week.
Yeah, and I do know somebody who's got one. Well, no, they got a humpback C still, but they did have one of the squarebacks, but they found the squareback used to block up for some reason. So they stripped it and.
Well, the one thing about this one is he's got the rubber belt drive.
Oh, has it? This one has?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Whereas the other one's the chain.
Ah, yeah, quiet drive. Yeah. Do you know what? Is that a conversion or is that?
Well, it's been like it all.
Been like it, yeah. Because that was typical of the 5000. Had that.
Was it?
Yeah, and you can get the kit to uprate him. And I wouldn't mind doing that too, because my A is the same in this, but it has chain. So my A is the same as the C. So that one doesn't. That one's different, isn't it? That's got a fixed drum speed, hasn't it? Yeah. But like I say, both of them are nice, and I'd love to have them. I think Luke's on about getting. He wants a squareback C and he wants a squareback A. Because then we've got the short tail A, the humpback A, the squareback A, the humpback C and the squareback C. Yeah. And, you know, I'd love to have a 5000.
I've never seen a 5000.
No, I've seen one in a hedgerow years ago, but they aren't a very common combine. And I think working, as far as I can tell, a really nice combine, but the rubber cell conveyor lets them down quite a lot, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean.
I spent a few hours on this one.
Yeah. How much did you use that? The humpback.
The humpback C. Yeah, he did the first 5 or 6 seasons when we had him.
I noticed it's got SOS on it, sold as seen. Yeah.
And we took on and
I suppose this one's more capable in a way, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
he had a bigger tank and it was,
Yeah, slightly
kids
newer.
were pretty good in this one at the time. They're probably still not.
What was the reason it parked up then?
Just that father stopped driving the gunman a little bit, and I took on that one, and then we had a John Deere.
Right.
Yeah.
How long has it been since that one with the TVO's been running?
This one was 2001.
Yeah.
Or 2000 was his last harvest.
Yeah.
So that's 22 years ago. That one there would have been 15 years before that.
Ah, okay, yeah. See that? See, they're both lovely. See, I do like the C, and I think a Super C, if we were going to do work with it, would be good. Do you know what? I do like the A's because they're nice and small to get to shows and stuff like that. And I think that'd be an amazing thing to see working. You know, with that TVO. I've never seen one with a TVO. I'll tell you what, I'd like to have, and I have never heard of one that still exists. Is a bagger. Yeah. So you get a bagger with a TVO. I think that'd be an interesting thing, but they're just not about anymore. Yeah. Still got the fire extinguisher on it.
Yeah. I wouldn't rely on it.
Yeah. Those are the ones that, like that style of combine is actually what was. I don't think it had the high spout, but the very first ones I ever saw a complete Gleaner, I can still remember it in my mind now. My brother walking me years ago. I mean, to me, years ago, I was only really little, just one of the very first memories. And I'd already been seeing combines, and I already liked looking at combines. And I'd never seen an old one really before, and I just saw one of these, just basically the same as that. Yeah. Originally it had a TVO engine apparently, but I found out years later that speaking to the bloke who had it, that it used to overheat and they put Perkins on it. So it actually still had the tank on it for the petrol.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, but they'd obviously transferred it. And they found, apparently once they'd took the engine off, they'd found that it was the water wasn't getting through, so it was overheating and breaking and busting the head, you see.
So it would have been curable if he knew what the problem was.
Well, yeah, it often is. I mean, the amount of machinery that I've personally seen, and it must have over the years, that have been sort of put out of service because they got something wrong with them, and it's often, you know, they just can't find the problem. It's often just something really small.
Yeah. You got to be in the know to know what it was. Or?
Well, yeah, I think it's just about taking the risk.
Yeah.
See, EA 2230K, the diesel ones had a D at the end.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what year that one, maybe
62 about.
There, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously, you know, some discrepancies, but generally with the humpbacks, generally with the tall elevator, sort of started to sort of go out of fashion in the 63 roughly. For the ones I've seen, 63 generally go in the side. Yeah. But I mean, obviously there is a little bit of grey areas. You know, I've tried to sort of like settle down exact dates and stuff like that with them before, and you can't. There's
you didn't sell it that year. He went on.
Yeah, there's, you know, it's like for me as well, like as far as I was aware, according to the knowledge, the information that I've seen, the humpbacks, well, the Model A between about 1960, so my shortback's got it, is and going through to the squareback, sort of like somewhere around that time, 1964. Those 4 years from like 1960 to 1964, even the shortbacks and the humpbacks generally had the uprated Perkins with the rotary pump on. The early ones had the inline pump, but it's a 6288. That was, according to the information, that was what they had on them. But I do know people who've got them with that humpback combine with a 305 on, and as far as they're aware, that's the original engine.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not for me to say, you know,
No,
that
it's sort of what
it might well have been fitted with that. And funnily enough, there was another one that came up that had that on as well. And yeah, so, you know, you can't say, some people are dogmatic and say, oh, it definitely never was, or, you know, but you can't say that you don't know, do you?
No. Well, the factory had a unit there at the end of the year, and they stuck it
Yeah,
on.
you know, it's simple as that, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But there you go. I'll just have a look around here. Well, no, do you know what? I know they fitted the same engine into the the Massey's, the like Massey 726 and yeah, it's the same engine, the Austin Newridge. They make a lovely sound.
Yeah.
It looks like it's been entombed, doesn't it? It just looks like it's been there for 1,000 years, mummified. But I like it. Yeah, it's a good little thing. I'm looking forward to seeing this one next week.
Yeah. Let's see how it compares.
Yeah, because yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, there it is, look. There you go, look. EC2695D. What that relates to, I'm not sure. Look at that. What a machine. Lovely, isn't it? That rubber belt. So nice and quiet with a rubber belt like that. How long have you had this one?
85 or 6.
Right.
500 pony plus.
Okay. Well, it probably earned that a few times, hasn't it?
Yeah, he done very well for a year or two. And all the straw comes out, goes on the elevator there, and gets flipped into the baler for the, you know, they separate the straw from the long reed.
Right, okay.
And that's what is in it. You put the bundles up there. And you feed it in on belts. Like. You got to feed it, spread it out. If you want to go on your own wrists and walk up a ladder, you can put it up a bit, or you can't see where you squeeze it.
So what is it, a Foster or something, or?
No, a Marshall.
A Marshall.
With a Mertz Comer. Now Mertz was a local firm down Barnstable.
Right.
And they made
That's
the
where I
combers.
just come from, Barnstable.
From there upwards is a Mertz.
Oh, so the attachment at the top?
The caption on the top.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll have a look. I'm not sure if it'll take my weight.
There you go, just before you go. I did take a video last year. You can see it going down the... and there's it going down the reed board.
Oh, yeah. Is that here?
It's here, yeah. It was quite useful. Don't see many they doing this way.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Nah, it is a beast. What engine's in it? 6354?
No idea. Yeah, it's not ours. So comes to the Comer. Other than being a 6-cylinder, I couldn't tell you.
So that's finished, is it?
Yeah. It could be a crown or two, but
Oh, I see. It's
Getting some
really nicely thrashed because it's not smashed it to pieces, has it, like a combine would?
we haven't been through the fly, see.
Right,
Don't go through a fly. They got combs in there.
right,
2 drums,
yeah.
the combs in.
And it rips them through.
Then
Yeah.
that goes that way, and then the last one goes that
Right.
way through the dig slot.
See you again, Richard.
Yeah, see you again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
keep
luck
in
with your
touch.
work, sure, and whatever.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. So, should be a bit more fun next year as well.
You want me to take down the sweets and
Yeah, if you like.